Welcome to Rollout Mountain.
Wow! It's our new series! And I am so excited, Barry! Let's get racing!
Slow down, Al. Don't you think we should first explain to the fans what this event is?
Oh, right! This is our all-new series, and it's unlike anything we've done before on our channel. You see, this isn't a tournament. It's just a series of races for the sake of racing. We pick two cars we want to see matched up together, and then we see who could get down the mountain the fastest.
So there's no teams, no brackets to follow, or even rounds to keep track of.
Right, Barry. It's just best 2 out of 3 heats wins. And to start us off on the mountain, I thought we'd go big and get some tough-looking, rock-crawling 4x4s. Up first, we have this 1995 Jeep Cherokee, driven by Phil Larson, from his hometown of Thompson, Connecticut, right here in the good old USA. And it says here he works as a loan officer.
And he'll be up against this 2012 Lesney Ridge Racer, driven by Manuel Nunez. And he's all the way from the island of Porto Santo in the archipelago of Madeira. And when he's not racing, Manuel spends his days being a hotel resort manager.
Now let's get up to the starting gate and get this race started.
Here we are at the Guillotine Gate. Oh, sorry, Force of Habit. Here we are at the top of Rollout Mountain for Heat 1.
And don't worry, fans, we have a name for every part of the track, but we'll get to that later in the replay. For now, all you need to know is Phil is on the left side of your screen in the pole position in lane 1, and Manuel is on the right of your screen in lane 2. Now, I'm about to burst with excitement, so let's get to that countdown.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go! Whoa! Phil flips!
Manuel into the wall and across the line!
Let's check the replay! Well, fans, the tippy top of Rollout Mountain is called Redline Ridge. And once the gate goes down, it appears Phil's Cherokee had about a half a car length lead.
And the next part of our track is called Clunker Cliff.
Hey, this is the Scrapyard, so you know wherever we go, there's gonna be clunkers.
You're welcome! Because I had to fly each and every one of those rust buckets up here on this mountain with the good old Yellow Jacket. And everybody knows she's the best whirly bird in the history of whirly birds.
Well, you probably should have flown up twice as many, Wild Bob, because look how far these guys get off the jump.
Not only far, Al, but high. They both fly out of view from our camera.
Wow, that is some massive mountain air. And you can see how hard they both land once they get to the final part of our track, Victory Lane Valley.
Phil Larson lands and immediately flips over and is out.
Meanwhile, Manuel cuts the wheel hard to the left, trying to avoid the surprise jump we put in the middle of the valley, but he can't avoid his rear wheel catching it, and that causes him to go hard into the outside wall, leaving him little time to react before he crosses the line and slams into the safety rocks.
Really? We're bringing back safety rocks?
You better believe it, Barry.
Well, the one thing we can all believe is with that performance, Manuel and his Ridge Racer just got the first win in Rollout Mountain history. Here we are back at the summit of Rollout Mountain for Heat 2.
Racers are in the same positions. Phil Larson in lane 1 and Manuel in lane 2. Now let's get to that countdown.
3, 2, 1, go!
Massive jumps! Big wreck!
Phil fights to get that Jeep restarted!
He does it! Barely. Wow, that was wild! This time it looks like Phil was able to get half a car ahead of Manuel, going down Redline Ridge.
But they seem to even out right as they hit the jump in Clunker Cliff. And again, both racers jump off camera.
Maybe it has to do with the altitude so high up here on this mountain. Maybe there's less gravity.
I don't know about gravity, but maybe there's less oxygen, because I don't think your brain is getting enough. But speaking of gravity, both of these racers must have been feeling tons of it, because they landed brutally in Victory Lane Valley.
Seriously, look at the way Phil's Jeep comes down full force on his roof. Even Manuel is tumbling out of control.
But just when it seems like it's all over, Phil has some good fortune when his Jeep bounces back on its wheels.
And while I'm not sure if he was able to get his Jeep restarted, he was able to limp across the line.
Well, one place Phil did not limp is on our scorecard because he just tied this race all up. Back at the top of Rollout Mountain for the final heat. Lane change now has Manuel Nunez in lane 1 and Phil Larson in lane 2.
It's all tied up, Barry. Unless they both fall off the mountain, we're only moments away from finding our first ever winner on Rollout Mountain. So let's get to that countdown.
3, 2, 1, go! They're off!
Whoa! Manuel barrel rolls into the camera!
Phil Larson can't get across! This one is over! Let's analyze it in the replay.
What a way to end this one, Barry! It looks like Manuel wanted that win, and he flies out of the gate and is a full car ahead of Phil coming down Redline Ridge.
And Manuel keeps his lead and hits the jump first.
I still can't believe the height and distance these guys get off of that jump. I mean, you could see how high they're flying as they come into Victory Lane Valley. And Phil Larson has loads of trouble getting his Jeep on its wheels after that flight.
But just look at the way Manuel handles that Ridge Raider. He lands on his left side, barrel rolls, then bicycles on his right tires, then straightens out and goes all out across the line.
All out? Barry, he went warp speed and hit our safety rock so hard that he shook the camera.
And while Phil was able to get his truck back on its wheels, unfortunately it wasn't enough to repeat his Heat 2 win, and he just hits the wall and stalls. And unfortunately, Phil also stalls on our scorecard. But not Manuel, because he just scored his second win, making him today's winner.
Unfortunately, it both literally and figuratively all went downhill for Phil Larson in Heat 3. But he still put on an amazing show today.
However, Manuel Nunez from his small island of Porto Santo just proved that not only can he manage hotels, but he can manage his way down a mountain as well. Congratulations to our first ever winner on Roll Out Mountain.
So fans, what did you think of our new event? We want to hear all about it. Please let us know in the comments. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to come back for the next time we go down Rollout Mountain. But in the meanwhile, be sure to check out our playlist to catch up on all our other tournaments and events. And if that's still not enough Scrapyard Diecast racing action for you, go check out our Shorts channel and subscribe.